Good morning, good morning, good morning from a very cold Johannesburg. I don't know what it's like in the rest of the provinces, but I've got my coffee going, I've got my hot chocolate going, I've got my Earl Grey going, I've got my green tea going, I've got my warm milk going. I don't know about the rest, but I'm definitely going to fire it up. Welcome to the Lioness Lean In live webinar. Can you believe it's June? We're going to kickstart this wonderful program. I'm so excited. At 9 a.m. sharp. So welcome, my name is Lioness Arnold, and I'll be your host for an hour and a half. Trust me, it'll be the great way to start off your weekend. Good morning, Lionesses of Africa. Oh, the Lionesses are streaming in. They're coming in fast and strong. I love it, I love it, I love it. It's so great to know that we're never alone in our entrepreneurial journey. We're going to kickstart this morning off at 9 a.m. sharp. So get your coffees and waters and notepads, maybe some tissues, because we do get authentic in this space. We do get emotional in this space, because one thing about us for sure, we are open and honest and we can support each other. That's why it's called Lioness Lean In. Good morning, Lioness. As you can see, Lionesses, the chat room is a very, very happening place to be. Good morning, Lioness. So put all your comments and queries on the chat room. Our impact partners, Volkswagen, will be very much asking questions because we've got a grand prize. So that question will be posted onto our chat room. So keep that really, really on your dial. Good morning, Lioness Stephanie. Keep your videos on for the moment, Lionesses. I know it's tough times and the data is expensive, but we'd just like to see you as we open up at 9 a.m. And then obviously you can just kill the video if that is your wish. Good morning, a very warm welcome for a very cold Johannesburg. My name is Boya, and I'll be driving the ship until 10 a.m. this morning. Good morning, Lioness Kirsten. Good morning, Lioness and Steve. Yes, you will have access to the recorded session. That's a great point, Lioness. This is a recorded session. So for all of you who might have missed a couple of things during the next hour and a bit, it is a recorded session and that link will be emailed to you. We've got a very exciting lineup. I am so excited. Lionesses who are definitely breaking barriers even in these tough times. Welcome to the Lioness Lean In live webinar session in the 4th of June. Ribbon's also called Lioness Aloma, South Africa. Our CEO is sitting there in the sunshine, all nice and cool, and some of us are wrapped up in blankets with heaters and slippers maybe. Good morning, Lioness. So as I said, how could I forget? So let's keep each other engaged, not only on the chat room session, but on social media. You can find Lionesses of Africa on Twitter, where we're most active during this morning. My handle is Boya. Lionesses of Africa is also on Twitter at Lionesses of Africa. And I know we've got Recruit My Mom, we've got Lily SA, we've got Linda Smith, and we've got BFI on Twitter. Let's engage and let's hashtag Lioness and let's make us trained on this Friday morning. Good morning, Lionesses. I don't know how many cups of coffee you've had, but I've got my fair share. Can't you tell? I'm really so excited. We've got a spectacular lineup of women doing incredible things, even in these tough pandemic times. And we're here to support one another. We're here to lean on each other. We're here to accelerate business success. Welcome, Lioness, and live webinar on Friday, the 4th of June. My name is Lioness Arnold, and I'll be your host this morning. Good morning, Lionesses. We've got 10 minutes until we open. 10 minutes until we go live. Pardon me. I'm busy on Twitter while I'm chatting, so engage with me on Twitter. Hashtag Lioness Lean In would be really great. So we can really get those algorithms pumping on this Friday night. You can find the rest of our Lioness speakers on LinkedIn, on Instagram, and on Twitter and Facebook. Lionesses, I just want you to know that the chat room is really open and it's really busy. So you can put your comments and queries and messages of support to each of the speakers on the chat room. Questions will be posed because we've got great prizes lined up just at the end of the session this morning. So keep your eye on the prize and on that chat room. Thank you so much to our impact partners. And that is Volkswagen South Africa. And you'll hear more about that wonderful lioness with her red lips early up in the program. Good morning, Khabito. Good morning, Lioness. Happy Friday. Good morning, Lionesses. Good morning, Lionesses. My name is Subi Moya, and I'll be your host for this morning, a fellow woman entrepreneur just like you. And I hope that this morning brings you a bit of inspiration, a bit of motivation, just a little bit of a push when it comes to fulfilling our entrepreneurial dream as a community called Lioness South Africa. As I'm busy talking to you, I'm busy tweeting hashtag Lioness Lean In. We can tell people what's going on in this webinar this morning. And we've got literally a woman from Malawi. I know some of my friends are dialing in from Zambia. This really is an African space. Good morning, Lioness. So great. All right, we've got 5 minutes until we start our session this morning. I hope you're excited. Good morning, Lioness Group. Good morning, Lioness Mariana. It's so good to see Lionesses pulling in and just being a collective this morning. We've got 5 minutes to go, Lionesses. Hope you're all good. Beautiful. They're coming in. 78 Lionesses in the house. Beautiful, beautiful. Good morning, Lioness Lorraine. Don't forget we're on social media. Don't forget to put your own social media handles on the chat room, Lionesses. Don't forget that this is a recorded session, so the link will be emailed to you. Melanie, our CEO, has got some beautiful news to share with us, always exciting. And we've got a lineup of speakers extraordinaire. I'm so excited. Welcome to the Lioness Lean In live webinar, Friday the 4th of June. this morning will be a great start to your weekend. My name is Subin Ole, and we'll start in 5 minutes. Good morning, Lioness G. Good morning, Lioness Renee. Kylie Chakukas, yes, we know who you are. I love the fact that Lionesses come back to support other Lionesses. That's great. That's true loyalty. I like that, Kylie Chakukas. We'll be starting in 4 minutes sharp, Lionesses. Lioness Lean In. We share, inspire, and connect for accelerated success. Okay, 3 minutes to go, Lionesses. Good morning, Lioness Robin. Happy Friday to you too. Good morning, Lioness Sibonga. Good morning, Lioness Shreya. It's beautiful to see everyone commenting on our chat room. The questions will be posed by Volkswagen for our prizes. So stay tuned until the end of the program. And we'll be starting in about 3 minutes time. I'm happy you're sorted, Lioness G. I'm happy you're sorted. Morning, Lioness Boitumelo. Londek, a Lioness. Good morning. Good morning, Lioness Tanya. 2 minutes until showtime, Lionesses. Prepare to be inspired. Good morning, Lioness Blessing. I hope you're just as excited as I am. I'm glad you're here. Two minutes to go, Lionesses. Good morning, Lioness Malise. Mwah! Good morning, Lionesses of Africa. 1 minute to go. I hope you really, really enjoy our session. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Lionesses of Africa. From me, Subi Mboya Arnold, coming from a very cold Johannesburg, but I'm giving you all the fire and all the love and a very, very big welcome to our Lioness Lean In live webinar on Friday, the 4th of June. Can you believe it's June? We made it. We've come through it together. Once again, I'd like to officially welcome you to our 5th Lioness Lean In session. For those of you who are joining us for the very first time, a warm welcome. I see a lot of familiar faces, which is good, which means that we really are stronger together and we really are the pride of Africa's women entrepreneurs. As I said in the beginning, my name is Subi Mboya Arnold. I'm your host, but most importantly, I'm a woman entrepreneur, just like all of us in the room, and just like everybody else. These past 18 months have really been the test to our lioness spirits and lioness motivation and lioness mental health. But yet we come together to support one another. We come together as a community. We come together to lean on each other, and we come together to inspire one another. So let me start by saying a very huge thank you to our impact partners, and that is Volkswagen, and you're hearing more about the lioness with the red lips in a couple of moments, because they are because they are really the ultimate supporters and been through the journey with us, especially in South Africa, of the entrepreneurial journey of South African women entrepreneurs. So as I said to you, for the lionesses who are joining us for the very first time, you are about to experience what women entrepreneurs across the entire African continent have been experiencing over the past 6 years. A morning of inspiration, of great insights, of great authenticity, advice, and a wonderful network of women to support your entrepreneurial journey. So please use the hashtag Lionesses, hashtag Lioness Lean In. We are live on Twitter at Lionesses of Africa, at Subimboya. You can tag me on that. And let's make this event trend on social media this morning. And let's actually share what's going on and the insights that we've learned from our session this morning. We like to break barriers as lionesses, even through these difficult times. So I'd like us to give a very warm welcome to a groundbreaking lioness, just like the rest of us. And her name is the wonderful Lioness Thuli Zikalala, founder of Yellow Owl, who will be, drum roll, a professional sign language entrepreneur for those entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs joining us who are hard of hearing. So please, let's give her a big lioness virtual clap, virtual roar to the wonderful Lioness Thuli Zikalala. So a little bit about Lionesses of Africa. So we are the fastest growing community of women entrepreneurs across the African continent. Isn't that a proud space to be in? We now have over 1.3 million women entrepreneurs in our community and rapidly growing in 54 African countries and diaspora. Now that's a lot of women to do business with. That's a lot of women to do trade with. Isn't that worth celebrating, lionesses? The vision of Lionesses of Africa is to advance women entrepreneurs, African women entrepreneurs, by building and delivering entrepreneur development programs, mentoring programs, and I know that we're mentors, all of us in one form or another, business tools, digital media channels, community platforms, just like this one, networking events, and information resources delivered at scale to women entrepreneurs, always, and my favorite words, free of charge. Did I tell you how beautiful? Yes, Lioness Stephanie, yes. I see you, lionesses, I see you. I just actually wanted to say how beautiful you all look. And I honestly just want to say, I know it's tough times. Just getting out of bed in the morning is monogamous effort in itself. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for making the effort to be here. It hasn't been an easy road. And just to make it through the day, I think we should all give ourselves our own hug and give each other lioness hugs. You know, it's not an easy time, and we're doing it all together. So thank you for supporting each other, and thank you for all being here. So to tell you more about what's happening in Lionesses of Africa this month, I'm very excited to introduce our beloved founder and CEO, Melanie Hawken. Over to you.
Thank you always, Clubes. It's wonderful, wonderful to see you all here today. And I always love it when I can start a Lioness Lean In event by sharing something new. And we have some really exciting news for you today, and you're hearing it first. You are the only people to actually hear what I'm about to say. So I love it when we can do that in a Lioness Lean In. So many of you will know that we have been hard at work over the last few months undertaking the first South African Women Entrepreneur Job Creator Survey. And today I am pleased to report that the report releases today. The research is finished. We are releasing the report, and there is some incredible insights that we're going to be sharing with the world today. So I want to say a huge thank you to all of those lionesses from across South Africa who took part in the survey. You provided the most incredible insights, and we really value your participation hugely. You know, when we ask you to be part of something like a survey, I know everyone's pressed for time. We know you're busy running your businesses, but your insights really do matter, and they allow us to be able to really put big data in front of the people who make the decisions, make the funding decisions, make the investment decisions, and make the decisions to buy from women entrepreneurs. So thank you so much. We can't do this type of work without you. And this is the first time that we are launching our Lioness Data Unit to the world, which is our dedicated research and insights unit. You're going to be seeing much more of the team from there, and some incredible reports coming out over the next couple of months. So I want to say a big thank you to the team at New York University, our partners, and also ABSA for their collaboration in getting this survey produced. The survey, for those of you who don't know, looks at the pivotal role that women entrepreneurs play as job creators. Our top findings prove something we instinctively know as women entrepreneurs, that there's a deep commitment to job creation amongst all of us. And in fact, 90% of those who did the survey reported that job creation was a really important consideration in starting their businesses in the first place. And in addition, despite all the challenges, all the setbacks of the last year due to the pandemic, the survey reveals green shoots of optimism in terms of future job creation. That's great news for South Africa. The majority of our survey respondents say that they anticipate their businesses will recover from the impact of COVID-19 within 2 years. They anticipate growth in revenues. They're either actively recruiting new staff now, or they're planning to hire new staff in the near term. And what's encouraging about these survey findings is there's a real self-belief on the part of women entrepreneurs in their ability to be able to create jobs, something we know. And that remains one of the key drivers of their motivation to build sustainable businesses. So the bottom line is, women entrepreneurs have got job creation in their DNA, and that's good news for South Africa, and it's good news for Africa. So if you'd like to read the survey report for yourself, you can download a copy from our Lioness's website. I'm about to post the link after I finish speaking. I'll post the link of the survey into the chat room, and you can download it from there. You're seeing it first. We're also going to be hosting a special webinar event later this month for all of you Lionesses to be able to see the findings of the survey, and we'd love to see you all there. Details will be coming to you shortly. So Lionesses, my final message to you is thank you for being the job creators that South Africa and Africa and the world so badly needs. Thank you so much. Have a great morning, and I'll chat to you shortly. I'll be posting the link just now.
Thank you to our CEO, Melanie Hawken. That's great news. Optimism and hope. That's our DNA, and job creation as Lionesses of Africa. We are the pride of Africa's women entrepreneurs. I want to say a big shout out to our Lionesses from Malawi. I want to say a big shout out from our Lionesses from Mozambique. I want to say a big shout out to the Lionesses in Zambia. Welcome, Africa. Welcome. It's fantastic. This is the power of community. This is the power of network. So let's start by always giving a very big thank you to our impact partners, as I said earlier, to make a real change in the lives of women entrepreneurs. To tell us more about Volkswagen Group South Africa and what they are doing to support women entrepreneurs, please give a warm Lioness virtual roar to Lioness Nokubela Maliza, Director of Corporate and Government Affairs, Volkswagen Group. Over to you, Lioness.
Thank you, Louis. Good morning, Lionesses. It is indeed a joy and an honor for me to be here with you again, once again, at this wonderful event celebrating entrepreneurship and celebrating women entrepreneurs, celebrating you, your gifts, your talents, your dreams, your ambitions, your grit, your hard work, your ingenuity, and indeed all your successes. Albert Einstein once said that everyone is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. Know that you are all geniuses. So earlier this week, Statistics South Africa released their latest quarterly data. And according to this data, unemployment in South Africa has now reached record levels at 43.2%. That's the expanded definition of unemployment. And youth unemployment in particular is now a staggering, gut-punching 74.7%. So unemployment and youth unemployment in particular remains South Africa, and I believe the continent's greatest tragedy and the biggest blight on our collective future. So if you, like me, believe in the power, and I as Melanie just said, in terms of the research, in the power of entrepreneurship to contribute not only to accelerating economic growth through promoting research and innovation, but also through advancing social change and progress through job creation, then I'm sure you'll agree with me that there is no better time for entrepreneurship to thrive in our continent and in our country than now. So my name is Nonkobela Maliza, as Louis has said, and I'm the Director of Corporate and Government Affairs at Volkswagen South Africa. As part of my responsibilities, I'm the chair of the Volkswagen Community Trust and also the chair of the Volkswagen BEE Trust, which is our main vehicle for enterprise and supplier development in the automotive value chain and ecosystem. So today I'd like to share a little bit about some of the exciting work we've been doing in the area of township economic development. So in 2019, we partnered with an organization called SLF, the Sustainable Livelihoods Foundation, and we conducted groundbreaking and extensive research on the state of entrepreneurship and micro enterprises in 3 townships surrounding our plant. That is in KwaNobuhle, KwaLanga, and Rosedale, just outside Uitenhage, or what's now called Kariga. This research was actually more of a census rather than research. We had a team of highly qualified, experienced and skilled social scientists, economists, and researchers partner with local youth who were trained in basic research gathering and research skills, who walked on foot and in bicycle through every single street, alleyway, side street, back street of those 3 townships, and mapped every single site of economic activity in those 3 townships. I'm talking about whether it's formal or informal, legal or illegal, there were no judgments. As long as economic activity was happening, it was mapped. So these results gave us, and they spent more than 8 weeks doing this, talking to communities and really talking to each individual people. So these results gave us a solid evidence and a foundation for developing, an investment case and piloting cases for investment in township economies, especially in those township economies. So from this work, 12 possible projects were identified, and I'm delighted to inform you. So we did a roadshow and presented all of these projects to key stakeholders, including the province as well as the municipality. And I'm delighted to tell you that just early this week, the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro advised us that they allocated a substantial budget to promoting and advancing these business cases. And this is a really encouraging development, because without municipal involvement and support, there can be no meaningful and sustainable township economic development. So our approach to township economic development is premised on the following principles. 1, that there are no clear-cut and ready-made replicable solutions to township economic development. The township economic sector is the most challenging sector for economic development. Most of the enterprises are micro enterprises operating on the margins in complex and often very much under-resourced communities and fragmented communities, but with a lot of potential for growth. I often say to my colleagues at Volkswagen, the township economic development is much harder than building a Volkswagen vehicle. So we are open to experimentation and piloting, okay, using the best possible and available knowledge. Secondly, whilst we have a very, very strong developmental approach, we are not headless hearts, okay? We are not looking for simple solutions that make us feel good and make us look good. We don't use vanity metrics, okay? We are honest and authentic about people's lived realities. So we embrace the complexity and we confront the complexity. And we are humble in our approach. And finally, we try to flip the narrative. Instead of making a market access the last thing that happens, because in most traditional entrepreneurship development, market access is the last thing that happens. First, you find the entrepreneur, you train and develop the entrepreneur, and then you connect them to a market. We start by putting market access first. And then we believe in gradual capacity enhancement and tangible investment in outcomes. So we're going to be piloting with 45 township entrepreneurs, 15 each in the automotive sector, personal services sector, and the green economy, with the hope of moving them from survivalist enterprises to a growth focus and to being value adding and increasing productivity. So at a minimum, we want to create an escalator of rising skills so that they can be more productive. So the next time I'm invited here, I look forward to sharing more on this journey, this path-breaking journey, and sharing further news on this, our collective journey to building resilient prosperity through entrepreneurship. Thank you very much for having me here today.
Unbelievable work from the Director of Corporate and Government Affairs, Lioness with the red lips. Lioness Nonkubela Maliza, thank you so much. I love what you're doing, and you are just the testimony that you leave nobody behind, and the township economy women entrepreneurs make the most of our GDP as data would provide. So thank you so much. And I love the fact that you're authentic and there is no vanity metrics. I'm going to use that. I love that in what you do as Volkswagen Group South Africa. Thank you for being our impact partners and going from strength to strength with you. Thank you so much, Lioness Nonkubela. Please give her a big Lioness love. We love that. And just a reminder, Lioness Nonkubela will be posing a question on the chat group because we've got wonderful, generous lionesses who have provided prizes for the rest of us. And she'll be posing a question on that chat group in a couple of minutes. Are we good, lionesses? Thumbs up. Okay, let's kickstart off our Lioness Lean In of the 4th of June, 2021. So let's start by welcoming Lioness Philippa Jarrett, the founder and CEO of multi-award-winning company, I love her work, Recruit My Mom, an innovative online recruitment agency, listen to this, lionesses, for forward-thinking companies looking for top caliber female skills. More recently, she launched Recruit a Graduate, an online platform designed to make the hiring of graduates, which we so desperately need in our continents, and interns effortless. Please join me by giving her a lioness roar. Over to you, Lioness Philippa.
Thank you, Khlubi, and what a warm welcome. And hello to all the lionesses. A big thank you to Melanie and her team for really an honorable request to be able to share with you this morning. So I am amidst many, many great women this morning, and it really is an honor to speak to you. A little bit about what Recruit My Mom is. It is an online recruitment agency based in South Africa. We focus on empowering women unequivocally. That's what we do. We offer a very easy to use online personalized service for what we believe are forward-thinking companies who really want to employ professional and skilled women who are looking for meaningful jobs or projects in this new gig economy that we find ourselves in office or work from home, but with an element of flexibility And flexibility is such an overused word at the moment, but for us, flexibility is either flexible hours or flexible location. How did it come about? Well, it's very much my own story, and I'm sure many of you will relate. But I was working in corporate, the normal 8 to 10 hours a day, and suddenly found myself 6 weeks before my son was due, with him having arrived early. My life was turned absolutely upside down, and my whole attitude towards mothering and my career changed within months. And fast forward, I was consulting, and I was meeting all these amazing women who had left their jobs because they were in a similar situation, in that they were trying to be with their children and their families. And they would say to me, how is it that you're able to work more flexibly? Because no recruitment agencies want to talk to us the minute they hear the word flexible or part-time. And so that got me thinking that actually we've got a real problem in our country. We're losing so many amazing skills. And for many corporates, there's something called a gender gap, which is when women start to leave the organizations when they're raising children. And so I had a passion to be able to bring these women back into the economy and to be able to economically empower as many women as possible. And that's why we exist. We believe that mothers bring a wide range of much needed skills to business. And now post-COVID, especially into this digital age, as we've been catapulted into it. I want to just shift a little bit into this new world of work that we find ourselves in. We honestly have been found, we've just been found to be living in what we call a work-life shift. Enid Lissamore, she's the group executive head of Santam Insurance. She said at the October 2020 Women of the Future Awards, which we were a fortunate recipient of in 2019, she said, "Did Recruit My Mom see around corners?" And that was because we've been promoting flexibility and remote and hybrid ways of working since 2012. We've been talking to employers about embracing ways of flexibility to attract and retain female skills in the market. And yet we've been having to do so much education around it because so many people were so skeptical about remote working. So how did lockdown affect us? You know, if we were able to see around corners, you know, were we impacted, and how did we manage? Well, firstly, Recruit My Mom is entirely virtual. I do joke that we have 14 offices, and that's because we're a staff complement of 15. One works with me in office, and so we have offices all over, one in the UK, and that's because my staff all work from home. I wanted to set this business up to really practice what we preach around virtual and the ability to work remotely. At the time of lockdown, nobody was recruiting. We went from a full book of orders to no book of orders. We all went into overdrive. My staff, myself, we started working crazy hours. We were trying to figure out how to get this business going again when there was nothing happening. And in that element of feeling completely out of control, we needed to then take stock of where we were. We saw our clients scrambling. Many of them who had not digitized, many of them who'd never worked with an entirely remote workforce, having to quickly move towards a remote workforce. And so we generated an enormous amount of content overnight called our Remote Working Series, which we put onto our blog and is still on our blog, which was there to assist many of our clients and anybody else in the economy who needed help on how to move an overnight workforce to remote working. Anything from policies to security to whatever it might have been that we felt entrepreneurs and small business and medium businesses needed to know. On me personally, since we're in a group of women entrepreneurs, you'll know that it takes your toll on you. You have all your employees looking to you for answers, and there were no answers. It was a matter of really digging deep, having grit, and trying to find a way through this quagmire of just the unknown. So really not a very easy time for any of us. And I think for many of us, 2020 was a year we'd rather put behind us. But there's always a silver lining. And one needs to look to where are we going now? And so we've seen the seismic shift in work. Companies like Fujitsu, they moved 80,000 employees remote working overnight. 74% of the employees pre-COVID said that they thought that the office was the best place to be. They redid the research in May 2020, my apologies, and 15% of the workforce said the office was the best place to be. 30% said home was the best place to see, And 55 said actually they preferred a hybrid way of working in office and work from home. And that is really what we're seeing, is this new move to people wanting a combination. So what are we doing as Recruit My Mom now that things have changed? We saw around corners, we were educating people on doing remote work, and COVID came and did a much better job than we were ever going to be able to do. So we're doing less educating thanks to COVID, but we're doing more of a supply. The sad part of the COVID impact is that it's had a huge impact on women, and particularly the employment of women. Many of them had to go leave the workforce either because they were retrenched, and actually more women were retrenched than men, and many of them needed to take up child education, care in the home. And so we've been really actively working on how do we get more women back into work. The digital explosion has seen a real need for digital skills in this country, far and beyond. And we're starting to see a demand for our skills from other countries, for particularly our remote skills and our contracting skills. So the plan for us is that we want to grow beyond South Africa. We are definitely on a move to attracting countries that are in similar time zones and language, to using our African skills, getting them to think about outsourcing to our women, virtual assistants, gig workers and contractors. And then more importantly, we really are trying to keep up with the new tech that's happening around us and ensuring that we're ahead of the curve in possibly what might be another future change in the way we work. So just some of the highlights we've had over the years is that we now have over 100,000 women on our database. We've placed thousands of women into work, and we still do. That's permanent in office. It can be permanent virtual, can be contracting, it can be independent contracting, any types of work, we place women into that type of work. Our ecosystem is really invested in us. We're not just a recruitment agency. We really do try and give back to the community. We've started webinars where we try and help women to really think about what it is, how they can best position themselves to get back into the workplace, particularly if they've been out of the workplace or if they've been in corporate and they're looking for more flexibility to be able to integrate their home, work life and their work life. And then we just try and be industry experts. What is it that we can bring to the industry around flexibility and these new ways of working? There is so much information out there. And I really do believe that organizations are going to have to make a shift towards hybrid working, or else the millennials and the Gen Zs that are coming up behind us will not want to work for companies that don't offer that. Another highlight for us is, of course, the business awards, which I'm sure you can see behind me. There are some of them. We've received 9 to date, but the ones that really make me happy are the ones where we've been acknowledged for the positive social impact we've been able to make in South Africa. It's amazing that a small agency like ours can really have shifted the mindsets about working women in South Africa, and particularly mothers. And then for me personally, I love the people that I get to meet. And I really hope that after this session, Lionesses, that you'll reach out to me, because I really do enjoy hearing your stories and learning more from you. So on to some quick advice for those entrepreneurs like myself out there, and particularly having come through this time, is there are always naysayers. So seek out the naysayers. Because you'll need it when times get rough. And then give yourself, your staff, your clients, a purpose that is way bigger than any individual that any individual could achieve. Because when you give a purpose that is so much bigger than yourself, others buy into it. And your staff, when times get tough, really hang on to you because they believe in the purpose. And then don't forget to think about the future organization. We've really seen a big shift in work. So don't get stuck in the here and now. Think about where you're going with your organization. And don't ever forget that self-doubt and self-belief are on opposite ends of the same string. And every morning you get up, you decide, are you going to do self-belief or are you going to do self-doubt? And that, Lionesses, is what I would love to share with you from Recruit My Mom. And I thank you for this time. And Klubi, over to you.
Now that's the way we start a Lioness Lean In webinar. Thank you. What a great kickstart to the morning. And that is Lioness Philippa Geared, founder and CEO of the multi-award winning company, Recruit My Mom. Thank you for being so intentional about the plight of the African woman and where her place is both in home and in the workplace, and that you see her worth and that you see her value, and you're up and fighting for the positive impact in our communities. We love you. Thank you so much. Let's give her a big lioness roar, everybody. Now that's how we start a Friday webinar session. Thank you so much, Lioness Philippa. Was that good, Lionesses? Listen, Lioness Philippa, if you could see the chat, I know you were talking, you need to check the chat, because people are giving you comments, people are validating your words, people are giving you some insights about their own experiences. That's why I love about the chat. I can't keep up. That's for you to see. And as I said, that chat room is just a whole webinar on its own. So Lionesses, please look at that chat. Because a lot of beautiful words and beautiful support are coming into the chat session, and a lot of advice and a lot of wisdom too. And as I said before, our Lioness Nokubela, hopefully she put a question in for our prizes. Did you do that, Lioness? Good. Okay, so watch out for the questions there for our prize sessions. That was beautiful. You get a lot of praise there, Lioness Philippa. Are we good? Are we enjoying ourselves, Lionesses? Are we inspired? Yes? Fantastic. Let's move on. Our second guest speaker, Lioness Matefo Morakeng, founder of Bella Legacy, the parent company of Dear Bella, a sanitary pads brand manufactured in South Africa. The brand targets low-income earners and schoolgirls who don't have the means to access the highly priced feminine hygiene products in the market, and we all know this. Started in 2017, she has been able to provide thousands of sanitary pads to girls across the country. Thank you for your beautiful work. We're excited to hear more. Over to you, Lioness Matefo.
Thank you so much, Luby. And how does one follow that amazing story? It's quite inspiring, really, for moms working from home. But thank you so much. It's actually a pleasure and a privilege and an honor to be here with the ladies from across the continent. I couldn't have wanted any other way to spend my birthday month with the women across the continent. So I really truly appreciate it. And as Luby has indicated, my name is Matefo Morakeng, and I am the founder of Bella Legacy. And as she has indicated, the mother company for Dear Bella sanitary pads brand. And how the brand came about really was in a normal way of doing business. At some point, I wanted to help some women in the rural area of the Free State to help them come up with income generation initiatives, because I'm not sometimes I'm not a believer that immediately when you start, you go and formalize your business, go and register, because I always feel you expose yourself to so many things without even knowing whether that's your path or not. So what I had done was I took rural women, and it was groups of women from about four towns in the rural Free State that I wanted to help with income, just trying to come up with something to sell. And in the midst of it, one of the exercises that we were doing was to draw a shopping list so that we can see whether what we have on the shopping list, can't we go and buy somewhere at a low price, sell to ourselves as those group of women, and then also rebuy with the profit and go and sell to our communities. But the most interesting thing was during this process was I realized that it's women from different towns. They don't know each other. They have never met, but there was just this one thing in common that they had, and that was no sanitary towels on their shopping list. And for me, I became curious because it was a question of, if they do not have sanitary pads on their shopping list, what do they use? Because some of them were my age. I think in the group of about 150 women, only a couple of them were grannies. So I became curious and asked them, so I see you do not have this. What is happening? Why is it that you don't have sanitary pads on your shopping list? And hesitantly so, in one of the groups, one woman actually shared with me to say, you know what, we actually use an injection from the clinic. And for me, that was like, oh, there's an injection that does that. Hey, and what does it do basically? Then she said, no, it stops us from menstruating. So for me, that really didn't sit well, because I was like, number one, I didn't know that that happens. And number two, I was like, how can that be? Because for me, sanitary pads is always being a choice of one brand over another, one range over another. So there are women really who cannot really afford to buy sanitary pads, and they have to resort to such measures. I then went back and I did my research, and for me it was mind-boggling what I found. And from there I was like, there has to be a solution to this problem. That's basically how then Dear Bella sanitary pads brand was born. And I was deliberate, because I decided I wanted it to be locally manufactured, number one. Number two, it has to be affordable. Number three, it has to be quality. So those things for me, I always say, just because somebody is poor does not mean they have to get substandard stuff. So for me, it has to still be quality, but they can be able to afford it. So then I went and looked, and that is then when I actually found a manufacturing partner who was willing to help me with what I wanted. And I guess then from there, the rest of how that started is sort of like a continuing story. It's not history, it's a continuing story. But basically then what happened was the question of now trying to see how then do I run this as a business. And I then decided the best thing for me would be to have a product that's mixed with programs and education. So it wasn't only going to be product only. It was going to include the programs. And then I came up with two flagship programs that we have at Bella Legacy, or Dear Bella, which is our Guardian Angels program and Teen for Teens program. So those two were the flagship programs that now were attached to the brand. And what happens with those two programs is the Guardian Angels was, I have identified a problem that there are really women and girls who can't afford sanitary towels. What do I do with them? I can't all supply them with free sanitary towels, but there are people out there who are willing to help. Then I said, those will be the Guardian Angels, those that are willing to help the girls, which is why when Melanie earlier actually mentioned that in Lionesses of Africa, there's membership of about 1.3 million, my heart actually pumped, because I was like, maybe these are the women that actually, these are my girls. These are the women that I'm looking for to be able to help the girls. Because one of the things that I have it out there is we have a campaign that is called 10 Up for Girls. And this 10 Up for Girls, the target is in the next 5 years to have reached 1 million girls. So imagine if every lioness right now commits to just one girl per month, then it would mean that 5 years has actually shrunk to just one day, which is actually what I hope the lionesses will be able to help us achieve. Because truly speaking, the issue of sanitary towels and lack thereof, it's so close to my heart, and it's so touching. I'll tell you a story about this past weekend. We have a team, because we work in different teams. We have a team in Lesotho that went to give sanitary towels. You know, when they got to that school, they encountered girls who had never seen a sanitary pad or actually used it. So the question becomes, so what do they do month end or when they have their periods? Then is they use rags. And, you know, because they use rags, they do not go to school. They simply stay at home because they cannot go to school like that. So you see, when you, in 2021, I'm talking like last week, Saturday, when you still encounter things like that, it just goes to show how deep the problem of sanitary towels is. So then I think it can also go to the issue of, so Matefo, what makes your business different? And usually for me, it's a question of, I always say it's me. You can go to any store, you can find sanitary towels. And, but with those sanitary towels, what you will not find is Matefo. You will only find Matefo at Dear Bella. And because I am me, I run my company based on my beliefs, which is why whenever I look for people to work with or to partner with, we should be aligned, because if we are not aligned in the mission, we will not make it. If you are somebody that wants to make a difference, then you are somebody that I can work with. And for me, I am deliberate about that. And I really do not I really do not turn a blind eye as to what is it that I want. I really want people who really have a heart and feel they want to help girls with sanitary towels, and also with empowering girls, because our girls go through so much. And you know, the most interesting thing for me is always when I know that I have a customer, is when a customer comes to me and says, I like what you are doing. So for me, the minute the conversation starts with, I like what you are doing, I know that is somebody that is, number one, either a customer, or it's somebody that is going to be supporting me in my mission. And for me, that really is what I always take with all the time. I go to bed with, and I actually sleep on that, because if you can see their WhatsApp messages that all the time I get, all the time is a question of really, how can we help? So it's actually so important that really we get aligned with what we are doing. And I think the most important thing also that I should mention is, how did I then during COVID, how has business been? In as much as this is an essential item, during COVID, things were tough. You can have all the essential items in the world that you have, but when your mind is not right, that will not help you. So for me, the most important thing was working on myself. I concentrated on myself. And I remember at one point, I stopped watching TV. Actually, I no longer watch a lot of TV now, but at my house, there is no TV at all, because I have stopped. Because for me, those messages that one was seeing all the time, I found that they were really, really working on me. So I thought, you know what, it's best I stop doing this, and then I concentrated on my mental well-being, because it doesn't serve me when I am not alive. So I should take care of me, and then the rest I can actually deal with. And what I also did was, my targets, I made sure that I segment my targets. I know what my yearly target would be, but then I segmented it into quarterly, this is it, monthly, this is it, and weekly, and even daily. So that is basically how then I was able to deal with me in terms of business during COVID. But I think also the most important thing is, work partners are also quite important when you're going through, especially something like a pandemic, because they have to be reliable. It's reliable. The people who do your courier or your deliveries, you have to rely on them. And also, I think one of the things that I should mention is, I also rely on people who are out there on the ground working with girls to say, these are my impact makers that I use in order to be able to help the girls. So, but basically, one of the most important message that I can say is, define what success is for you as an entrepreneur, and have a mentor all the time. And if you want our details, it's dearbella.co.za, and you can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram as well. And with that, I think I'm over time to be. I'm so sorry. I'm always passionate when I talk about Bella, but for this morning, thank you so much for having me. And I hope to continue to deal with ladies and interact with ladies after this, and in more days and into the future. But thank you so much for having me, and over to you, Phoebe.
Thank you so much, Lioness. Matefo Morakeng, founder of Bella Legacy. We can feel that passion bursting online, bursting virtually. Can we please give her a big Lioness virtual roar? Lioness Matefo, look at that chat room. As I said to Lioness Philippa, people are giving you praises and love. Thank you so much for that. For me, what stood out was, poor does not meet substandard. I love that. And I love the programs of guardian angels and Teens for Teens. So it's not just about providing sanitary pads, it's about the educational aspect and developmental aspect for young African girls out there. We love your work, and you can only find Lioness Matefo at Dear Bella. We love that. I'm going to quote that. Thank you so much. How was that, Lionesses? People are loving it. People are loving it. Are we good? Are we good to carry on, Lionesses? Okay, the line up is top tier. Top tier. Okay. Are you glad that you're here this morning? I'm feeling a little bit better than I did when I woke up. And I hope you are too. So next up is our Lioness launch feature, where we introduce you to fabulous new businesses and brands each and every single month. So it's only a pleasure and an honor and a privilege for me to introduce two inspirational women entrepreneurs, one from South Africa and one from Malawi. Firstly, let me welcome you. And I believe age is nothing but a number. You're only as old as you feel, and she is testimony of exactly these things. Lioness Linda Smith, who looks so beautiful this morning, founder of 50 Plus Skills. As the world's population ages, the 50 plus generation are looking to make a difference in the next productive phase of their lives. Lioness Linda Smith is a thought leader in this space and founded her unique business, 50 Plus Skills, to support this growing community. We can't wait. Over to you, Lioness Linda.
Thank you so much, Luby, and good morning to you all. What a wonderful, wonderful place it is to be on this bright, sunny day from Cape Town. So thank you, Lionesses of Africa, for this wonderful opportunity. My name is Linda Smith, as Luby has said, and I'm the CEO of 50 Plus Skills, and I am an accredited retirement life coach and career transition coach. We started this company about 2 years ago, and as we all know, getting companies off the ground is not an easy process, but always worth it. The reason was to create a place where the 50 plus generation and those leaving their professional work life could find a place where they belong, a new place for them to learn and to serve and to earn while having lots of fun. So we, from Davos 2020, the stats are that we are living 10 years longer than our parents' generation on average, and 20 years longer than our grandparents. In fact, by 2050, Africa will be the continent who has the most people over 60. We're not there yet, but this is where we're heading. And secondly, technology is changing the way we can design the next season of life. And certainly COVID accelerated this, as Philip has said. So many of us need to become entrepreneurs and to keep earning in this next season of life. We know what that looks like from a South African and an African perspective, and we can all make a difference, whether it's earning or meaning or money, it doesn't matter. So we also help companies to equip and prepare their older employees with skills for their next season of life. And we're great believers that it's in the intergenerational learning between young and old that we can all learn from each other. And because we are stronger together, we can learn from the younger generation can learn from us. So I'm not a believer in mentorship one way. There is a term called mentoring and interning, both young and old together. And we run public and private programs, and we want to impact the 50 plus generation across the continent from an economy point of view. So we have a wonderful course that I run on a regular basis, both for companies and public courses, called Designing Your Legacy Season for 50 plus, specifically for women. It's 6 modules, 6 workbooks, 90 minutes per month online in a group coaching environment. Some of the topics are identity, purpose, and happiness. What does the next chapter look like from an identity and a macro point of view? Where are the opportunities and the challenges? How do you start a second career? How can marketing, technology, and communication impact you in this next season? And how do we create a legacy season for ourselves? This course takes place over 6 months, and the next one will start in July if anyone is interested. So how do we come together as a community? We have a membership economy model, and it's a place for people over 50. We do have 1 or 2 just under 50 as members as well. So don't see that line as a deterrent for you to engage and a place to belong. Many of our members say they needed a new place where they belong. So once you register, you add your details, your skills, the industries you've worked in, and that way we're able to find you. And you form part of a database so that when we do get companies or people like Philippa needing contracts, we have a specific skills bank of people. But specifically, we love to do mentoring, coaching, and facilitation around industry-specific processes for younger entrepreneurs, working with incubators like the many that there are across the continent. It's a place as well where our members learn from each other. So our members run sessions from their area of expertise for others within their area of expertise. And we certainly collaborate a lot on different projects. We run a number of monthly events online for our members. The cost to belong to this membership economy as a 50-year-old is 500 Rand per year, or you can join monthly at 50 Rand. And your 12 months starts from the day you join for the following 12 months. So today we are one of the prize givers, and we're giving away one of our memberships for free to you. But for the rest of you, if you would like to also be involved, we are running a promo for anybody from Lionesses of Africa using a promo code Africa400. So you will get a 20% discount in the next 7 days. And the way in which you do that, I will put it in the chat as well. But you register on our website on the top right-hand corner, click on individuals, and through the registration process, add in your promo code, Africa400. Complete your profile and it will take you to the payment platform. We love being part of this, this network and community. Melanie and I have been chatting for years about the importance of the over 50 entrepreneur and how critical it is to the future of our nation and women specifically. Let's support one another. Thank you, and over to you, Shlubi.
Beautiful Lioness Linda Smith, founder of 50 Plus Skills. A woman, a lioness that highlights that women can shatter the age and gender norms later on in life, and we love that. What I took from you, beautiful lioness, mentoring. I love that. Interning. I love that we can go both ways, mentor and internship, and design your own legacy. Mwah. We love you. Can we give her a big lioness roar? And that is Lioness Linda Smith, founder of 50 Plus Skills. Age is nothing but a number. Mwah. Perfect. Lioness Linda, I think you should also check the chats. You've got some beautiful comments there. Don't forget, we've got that wonderful prize session up for grabs. Great job, Linda. Claps, love, applauses there on the chat room. This has been an incredible start up to our Lioness launch feature. Are you good, Lionesses? Fantastic. Okay, let's continue with our second Lioness launch guest for today. And this Lioness is one of Africa's leading fashion designers whose work has graced the world's couture runways from Paris to London. Lioness Lily Alfonso, founder of the brand that carries her name, is based in Malawi. Welcome. And she is here to tell us what she's launching right now. Over to you, Lioness Lily. Lioness Lily, are you there?
Good morning, Lionesses. Welcome to the 100-year plan. I am so excited to share my 100-year plan to you all. I believe in Africa. I love Africa, and there's so much that Africa has to offer. One thing that I saw over the period of time, I saw that for us to succeed in our career, in our life, we need to change the mindset. We need to support the young generation. We need to invest in the young people. And why is it that we haven't done well? Is that because we haven't focused on the youth, on the generation to come. I came up with the 100-year plan in order to inspire, educate, support, motivate, and transfer skills to this young generation. I believe that if we give enough information to the young generation, we can build a beautiful Africa, and they use the creation that we have, the clothing that we have for men and women, to send a message out there, to remind each other that the beautiful world we need to create is it's empowered with love, support, and guidance to the next generation. The clothing at my side is the one of the 100-year plan that gives us reasons to wear with confidence and to show the world how beautiful we are. And the clothing is designed by a number of young generations that are putting so much effort to grow this nation. And this 100-year plan is for you and me, so that we remind each other why we need to see the beautiful life, the beautiful Africa that we have. It has all these resources, but what are we doing? In my journey, I have seen so much that I have shared a lot of stages with different artists, but I saw the beauty that Africa has. But how do we share? How do we grow? It's to do with our mindset. And for me, I'm so happy to share the 100-year plan with the world. The piece I'm wearing is designed by one of the students that I've been mentoring over the years. And the message that we always want to share is, how beautiful do you want to look? What is it that is making you not to smile? And they're giving the hope so that you have to smile when you wear it. And I'm actually looking for women out there that who wants to partner with me to share the beauty about the 100-year plan, so that we can build the Africa, and the Africa that we see now, and the Africa that we want to grow. Over to you.
Beautiful, beautiful, the 100-year plan. Are we good? Did we like that, Lionesses? Thank you, Lioness Lily, coming all the way from Malawi. It is a pleasure to have you in our presence. Are we good, Lionesses? Always dressed for success. I love that. You know, for those of us who weren't in the rehearsal, and we do rehearse before this, that's why we look so professional. Lionesses always ask Melanie, how should we dress? And I love her answer, because she's always on some, whatever represents the image or the brand or the value or the worth or the purpose of your brand. So we're reflective of what we want the world to see us as. And I love that. And I think, Lily, that's why you love Africa so much, because we've got so much beauty, we've got so much color and depth and dynamism. And that is what, for me, the 100-year plan is. Lily, check out that chat room. Everything is going your way. You are so inspirational and beautiful and as smart as well. So thank you so much for highlighting the beauty of inner beauty and, of course, outer beauty. It's so important as women entrepreneurs. We love you. Are we good, Lionesses? All right. This is the time where I take a breath and actually don't talk for a while. FOMO. But this is the time where it's actually one of my most exciting features of the program. This is what we call the Lioness Launch Open Mic Session. And I think it has become more imperative of what this actually means. We have found that as startups or as SMMEs, we really don't know how to articulate our businesses, no matter where we go or no matter who we bump into. And we find that very problematic as women entrepreneurs, especially in an uncertain time like the COVID pandemic. So this is a time when I give 5 lionesses an opportunity to articulate their product or service in under 2 minutes, because we believe as Lionesses of Africa, you never know when you're going to meet your next client. You never know when you're going to meet your next VC. You never know when you're going to bump into your next business partner or your future investor. And we've always got to be ready to articulate our businesses as beautifully and as swiftly as possible. So this is the Lioness Launch Open Mic Session. So our Lioness launches for the Open Mic Session, and they are in no particular order for today. Xoliswe Hlongwane, founder of XO Collection, Pty Ltd. Usibongile Mbatse, founder of Sibokali Traders CC. Babalwa Faki, founder of Miezo Environmental Management Services Pty Ltd. Kelly van der Kolk, founder of Aya Africa. Ufuti Mkiza, founder of Ngimnyama Ngimuhle Empire. Now that is what I call open mic session of Lioness launches today. So let's start off with Lioness Xoliswe Hlongwane, founder of XO Collection Pty Ltd. Your 2 minutes starts now.
Thank you very much, Chloe. Good morning to you and Lioness is joining us this morning. My name is Xoliswe Hlongwane. I'm the Managing Director of XO Collection, a design and manufacturing house that's based in Durban, CBD. Previously known as a fashion house, our company has repositioned itself to focus on design and mass production services for high-end fashion retailers, as well as distribution of corporate wear, PPE and promotional wear, and schoolwear. We also custom design uniforms for corporates and schools. We're excited to be working on learning to make our own SABS approved PPE and workwear. We're also getting accreditation to train and develop the much needed critical industrial skills like clothing machine operators, quality controllers, cutters, pressers, and the like. Our industry has a very aged workforce, and on the other hand, our country has high levels of youth unemployment. I mean, I've just had the stats at 74.7%. That's quite high. So the clothing industry has capacity to absorb such a major portion of that particular youth if they are trained accordingly and they actually produce results that is in terms of the speed and the quality. Please support our business by approaching us to either design and mass produce your high-end fashion garments or design and manufacture your custom uniforms, supply you with PPE, including consi suits, boiler suits, whether it's chef uniforms, security uniforms, medical scrubs. We can also supply you with branded t-shirts, branded golfers, branded caps, etc. We are also catering for formal wear. We've been in business for more than 3 years and we've gained valuable experience from our customers, including a high-end fashion retailer that's based in the north of Durban. We've also got a couple of corporates that buy PPE from us. We've got schools that we've designed and went on to manufacture custom uniforms for. We've also conceptualized a whole uniform from top to toe for a transportation company that actually is based outside KZN. We are rebranding our websites to align with the current direction of the business. So you can actually contact our highly motivated and experienced team by sending me an email on xocollection@xocollection.co.za or our administration team at admin@xocollection.co.za. Thank you so much, Lioness of Africa and VW for this opportunity. Over to you, Chloe, with thanks.
If that was a pitch, that was a pitch. What a great way to start. For the rest, for the other 4, good luck. That was incredible. Lioness Thuli, could you keep up? Because she speaks just as loud, as quickly as I do. Are you handling it, Lioness Thuli? Okay. Lioness Xoliswe Hlongwane, founder of XO Collection Pty Ltd. 10 out of 10. That was amazing. Thank you so much and all the best. We mean it. All the best. No pressure, Lionesses. Lioness Sibongile Mtsabe, founder of Sibokali Traders CC. Your 2 minutes starts now.
Good day, Lionesses. I'm glad to be here this morning. My name is Sibongile Mtsabe, like Ruby has said, from Sibokali Traders. We believe in financial independent rural communities and townships. The reality is there's high unemployment rate in these areas. There are about 6 million people who stays in rural communities, plus minus 11,000 in townships. But 50% in my community and more are unemployed. Hence, we use agricultural projects to create income and assist in keeping up unemployment rate in our townships. We make crispy chips from indigenous roots, healthy, nicely from yams, from sweet potatoes, from cassava. We also create instant parish fermented, gluten-free flour, very light. Isn't it so good for you to eat nice food, not eat putu in the afternoon? After 1 hour, you snack with knickknacks that is made from flour, or Doritos that is made from flour. How about snacking with sweet potato, snacking with yams? You know, these are full of fiber, balances your sugar levels. It makes your health balanced. So it's so good, especially for the diabetics. Hence we have these challenges because indirectly we don't know what we are doing to our bodies. Here is an alternative snack. Snack with yams, snack with sweet potatoes, snack with cassava. You support the initiatives of creating employment because we are taking the full value chain from the farm to retail because we are intending to go to e-commerce. Support the good work. As you do that, the money is circulating, decency is back to people. We will have less checks in our cities. People will stay in their comfortable homes and do business because what is pushing people? They want economic activities. Let's stay in our homes. Let's use what we have and get what we want, like money, because it gives back dignity to humanity. Thank you so much. You get us at Sibokali Traders, Facebook, also Instagram Sibokali, and then Sibongile Chifo at Twitter. Thank you so much. Back to you, Hlubi.
Okay, the levels are, yeah. Okay, we've got levels. We've got levels in the pitch sessions. All right, Sibongi Lemta, the founder of Sibokali Traders. I didn't eat a
Hi there, it looks like we've just lost Hlubi temporarily. Let's wait for her to jump back in again, hopefully in a couple of minutes. Let's go to our next Lioness launch speaker. Let me just bring this up on screen really quickly. Just 1 second. This is what they call running on the fly. That's Babalwa. Babalwa, your 2 minutes to pitch starts now. Over to you.
Thank you, Melanie. Good morning, Lionesses. My name is Babalwa Faki, the founder and managing director of Miezo Environmental Management Services. Been running the company for 17 years now. Our offices are based in Pretoria in South Africa, but we are also operating virtually. So we have our teams based in Congo and Zimbabwe. What we do, we provide clients with advisory services, those developers that want to conduct their businesses in a sustainable manner that does not impact negatively on society or infringe on people's constitutional rights by causing pollution on the land, water, or the atmosphere. So what we actually do, we help the developers to comply with the regulatory framework. We have a diverse team of experts where we will provide the data, analyze it, process it, package it in a manner that would enhance decision making. So when they get those licenses, we also help them to monitor to ensure that they stay and comply with the conditions of those licenses. We also support with the social license to operate by conducting stakeholder engagements that are built on the pillars and foundation of respect, fairness, inclusivity, so that people can have a voice on the decisions that are going to impact them. For example, if we are putting a mine next to a community, we engage those stakeholders. The product that we are launching, that we are excited about, in line with our hydrologists and civil engineers who help us to design some of these water management facilities, is called Salt and Water Balance. The Salt and Water Balance helps developers to take into account or account for the water that runs through their system. So we help you to know where do you get that water. Once you've piped it, if you are abstracting from a river, what happens to it? Where do you store it? How much are you storing? And then the quantities and those volumes, how are they distributed within the entire system? From your processing facilities, how much waste water do you have? Where does it go to? Look into the pollution control facilities. How much there do you lose through seepage or evaporation? So this whole system and enables organizations to be aware of how much water do they use and how much do they lose to avoid penalties and to save, because water in our country is a very scarce resource. So we help you through this to also build your sustainability profiles and reduce your carbon footprints and help in the reduction of climate change. Thank you so much. And you can get Miezo on www.miezo.co.za, Miezo Environmental on Facebook. And as I said, our offices are in Pretoria. Thank you, Lionesses. Over to you, Hlubi or Melanie.
It's still me until we get Hlubi back. I don't know what's quite happening. Thank you so much. That was fantastic, Babalwa, and we need more sustainable women entrepreneurs like yourselves doing great things for the environment. Next up, to give us 2 minutes about Aya Africa is Kaylee van der Kolk. Kaylee, over to you.
Thank you so much, Melanie. Hi, everybody. Thank you to Melanie and thank you for Volkswagen for creating this amazing platform. My name is Kaylee and I am the founder of Aya Africa. Aya means mother, Miracle Africa. And as a team, we believe that Africa will take its place on a global arena through the inclusion of the creative economy in the fourth industrial revolution. Okay, a lot of buzzwords. What does that mean? Aya is building a digital marketplace that allows small-scale creative goods manufacturers, artisans, those people working with their hands, and artists to house their own e-commerce store upon a bigger digital platform. So we allow our suppliers to do what they do best, create, and we handle the business side of this creation. So this includes building an optimal digital presence upon a website. It includes content creation that is used to attract attention to sell. And it includes the pricing of products as well as the logistical challenges that we face both in South Africa and inter-African trade. Okay, so let's look at some of the numbers here. The artisan economy is actually the second largest employer on the African continent, second only to agriculture, but a lot of these people don't possess the budget and the skills to pivot online, right? So that is where Aya Africa steps in. So how do we differ to some of the huge marketplaces out there, like your Takealots, like your Amazons, like your Alibabas? Well, we are the exact opposite. We are the anti-Alibaba, the anti-Amazon. We focus on handmade goods, right, that are made only in Africa. And we include SMEs into the digital infrastructure, one upload at a time, literally. As Aya, we also know that content creation is now the new art, and to grip people's attention in the digital arena, you need to put art onto a digital platform to grip the attention that then translates into purchase. So we have not one, but 3 creative directors on team. And as a tech team, we look nothing like, you know, the bro culture that comes out of Silicon Valley. Oh, 2 minutes up? Yeah? Oh, okay. Sorry, just hearing something there. So yeah, if you want to find out a little bit more about Aya Africa, check out at Aya Africa, www.ayaafrica. And yeah, I would really look forward to engaging with any vendors and artists that are out there. Thank you so much for your time.
Beautiful, beautiful. I'm back, Lionesses. No load shedding against us shall prosper. I love it. I love your work. Being an artist myself, it is artisan and content is king. Beautiful pitch there. And that is Lioness Kaylee van der Valk, founder of Aya Africa. Unfortunately, I missed your pitch. Baba, Doctor Lioness, I will find you. All right. Thank you so much to Kaylee van der Valk, and thank you so much to Baba Lwafaiki. And our last Lioness Lunch open mic session is Lioness Futhi Mkhize, founder of Ngimnyama Ngimuhle Empire. Your 2 minutes begins now, Lioness.
Good morning, Shubi and all the Lionesses. Thank you so much for having me here. My name is Futhi Mkhize. I'm the founder of LeanIn Skincare, which it comes from Ngimnyama Ngimuhle Empire. Ngimnyama Ngimuhle translates, I'm black and beautiful. So this is a company that manufactures 100% natural products, it be skincare, cosmetics, or medicine. I'm a phytomedicine student. So the products that we make are basically plant-based, no chemicals at all. So the skincare that I manufacture, it came about when I worked in the retail industry, in the beauty industry, and realized that most of the products in the markets are not servicing dark skin. It's either because most people were looking for products that are going to take good care of their skin without actually changing the color. And most of the products that we have are changing the color. They mess up with the pigment. So I then realized that, you know what, here's an opportunity for me to start a brand where I already have a market, because there's so many people that I see to every day who are looking for such products, and it's not in the market. So that's how LeanIn Skincare came about. So last year, we experienced the pandemic, COVID-19. So being in the industry where I deal with plants, I then realized that here's an opportunity for me to start making some medicine, plant medicine, to treat some symptoms. And to my surprise, I was infected in July last year, and I only December, after making the capsules that I made, that my chest was not clear enough. I had not fully recovered by December. So I started making some capsules, which are shortness of breath. They are called shortness of breath under Dr. Phytomedicinal Plants. Now, between December the 27th and January the 30th, I actually saw more than 400 people. And including within those 400 people, I have health workers, also nurses, coming to line up to get the medicine, because the capsules, they work within 24 hours. Now, we do not claim that they are a cure, but they treat all the symptoms that we possess when we're infected by COVID-19. So basically, the products that we have skincare. Here's some of the samples of the products that I have. Antibacterial soap, we have a serum, we have a lotion, a face and body lotion. We also have treatment for things like psoriasis, dry skin, eczema, and all those. So we do have, we cater for everybody when it comes to Dr. Phytomedicinal Plants, we cater for everyone. But when it comes to LeanIn Skincare, it's just for dark skin. Thank you so much.
Wow, Lioness Futhi Mkhize, founder of Ngimnyama Ngimuhle. That's a full range of products. We love it. Those were phenomenal pitches, Lionesses. That was our Lioness open mic session. Please give them all five of our Lionesses a big round of applause, a big Lioness roar. Thank you so much, Lioness Koliswa of EXO Collection, Lioness Mongile, Sibokali Traders, Lioness Babalwa, Miezo Environmental Management Services, Lioness Kaylee, founder of Aya Africa, and lastly, Lioness Futhi Ngimnyama Ngimuhle. Great job, Lionesses. Great job. All right. I'm handing it over as we land the ship and as load shedding is slowly kicking us off one by one. Let's wrap it up with a beautiful prize draw. Thank you so much to our generous lionesses, and that is 50 plus skills. That's Lioness Linda Smith, Matefo Morakeng, Bella Legacy, and Lioness Philippa Geard, Recruit My Mom. Thank you for the beautiful prizes. I hand over to our Director of Corporate Affairs and Government from VW, Lioness Nokubela.
Lionesses, okay, let me just check here. I have a number of winners. The first one is Thokozile Ndlebe,
who won which prize?
Okay, so Thokozile will get the Bella
Legacy.
Bella Legacy Prize, yes. And then I've got Stephanie Lamu. I don't know, sorry, I hope I'm pronouncing that name right. And she will get the prize from Recruit My Mom. Okay. And then I've got Arifa LM Don't know if that's the right. Is that the right way? Arifa LM And Arifa will get the prize from 50 plus. Okay, and then finally, I have Tracy Davidson, who will get the VWSA prize.
Thank you, Lioness Nokubela. Thank you so much, and congratulations to all our Lioness winners. Thank you also, and a very big thank you to all the generous Lionesses who, out of the goodness of their hearts and their entrepreneurial spirit, provided us with those wonderful gifts.
Actually, sorry, I've just seen a message coming in now from the wonderful Lily Alfonso to say she's also giving a prize of one of the 100-year plan luxurious jackets to a winner. So could we actually provide one more prize winner, please? One more correct prize winner that is going to get one of these incredible jackets. Yeah. 2021 new collection. I can't tell you how exciting this is as a fan of Lily Alfonso Couture. So would you like to make another draw, please?
Yes. Okay. So hard. I am then gonna go with Kirsten Hughes.
Thank you, Lioness from Malawi.
Congratulations to everybody, and thank you for participating.
Kirsten, you can take off the coat that you're wearing now. You've got a Lily Alfonso jacket on the way. Thank you, Lily from Malawi. We love you and we love your creativity. What a session, Lionesses. As I said to all of us, as to all of you, no load shedding shall prosper. No load shedding form shall prosper. We continue through fists and by fire. I really hope we had a wonderful session today. I hope you're feeling better at 20 past 10 that you did at 8 o'clock in the morning. Just to round up our morning session and to give a vote, I'm going to hand it over to our CEO, and that's Melanie Hawkins.
Thank you so much. Thank you everybody for being part of today's incredible session. Thank you to our amazing speakers, our amazing guests, all of you, as I said before, in your own ways, building your businesses, our incredible job creators in South Africa. And for that, I thank you. And I encourage you all to go and take a look at our our new survey report that's out today. You'll have seen the link in the chat. We'll be sharing it with you all as well. We will also be sharing with you a link to the Business of Funding podcast, where all of those of you who are wanting to know how you get your funding message across to investors, you need to take a listen to that podcast. So we're going to be sharing 2 of these important things with you today. Thank you so much for VW for being an amazing partner on this journey, and also to all of our incredible people, our incredible women entrepreneurs who are part of today. Tuli, thank you so much for doing an incredible job on our interpretation for all of our hard of hearing and deaf women entrepreneurs today. We appreciate and love you. And thank you so much, Luz, for being an amazing ambassador for us and host today. Thank you so much. Have a great inspirational day. Do follow us with what's happening across the Lioness of Africa platform. We have some amazing things that are going to be launching and rolling out over the next couple of weeks. We will keep you posted. You will hear it first, just like we shared the research report with you first this morning. Have a brilliant, inspirational day. Thank you. Over to you, Luz.
So I think this morning, Lionesses, was a testimony, because we had in the house Lionesses from Zambia, Mozambique, and Malawi, that there is potential for us to do good and successful and positive businesses throughout the African continent. Thank you so much. I feel the love. I feel the strength. I feel the light. Never forget, Lionesses, we are the pride of Africa's women entrepreneurs. We support one another. We invest in each other. We do business with one another, and we lean on each other. From me, Khubimboya Arnold, have a wonderful weekend. Mwah, and God bless you. Mwah. Love you.
Well,
Now,
that was quite an event this morning. I can't believe we had I think 147 max. I think at the end of the day, and that was we held everybody pretty much, we held 100 people right to the very, I mean, literally we held most people right to the very end and 100 people right to the very end. So well done, Kloobs.